what's going on, guys? So I know I already made a video about this, but just again speaking to like the tactile experience of having a vinyl as opposed to like a CD or an MP3 is you can actually see the music. Like, you can't see the sound, but you can actually see how long each track is on the vinyl and how they like separate into like little tiny lines that is that little bit of space in between the track, right? So I was listening to Reaching into Infinity, right? And Reaching into Infinity, as soon as I pulled it out of the sleeve, I just looked at the space and I was like, oh my God, look how long these songs are. And I was just thinking about that for a second. So I put the vinyl on, and like Reaching to Infinity by Dragon Force has an intro, like a short intro, then it goes directly into the first song. Like it segues right into the first song like that pretty much. And then after I finished spinning that side of it, I was really looking at the vinyl and I was like, oh wow, like I looked at how between the intro and that first song, there was like maybe like less than a millimeter of space, just to like segue right into it. The tracks weren't completely together, but they were like separated just by like a teeny tiny bit, right? And then I was just looking at just the song lengths because there was only like 3 songs counting the intro. Well, four songs if you count the intro, like on one side, right? And usually, if you see a vinyl, it's like maybe like a pop album or something like that. You'll see like 5 or 6 different tracks on each side because you don't hold a certain amount of music minutes on one side. But there was only like 3 or 4 songs per side, and I was just looking at it, and I was like, it kind of just stunned me for a second. I was really thinking about it. I'm actually physically looking at these tracks, and you can look at a CD and it'll say the track time, like 6 minutes, 12 seconds or something like that. But to actually be able to see that physically, you know what I mean? Like, because on a CD, it's just the one side that has the cover that you can't even play. And then you flip it over, it's just like a shiny silvery thing that has like a little rainbow on one side. But it's like being able to actually see like physical waveforms on an object, because I make music and stuff, and I can see waveforms and the everything going on in there, but I can't really touch it. I'm not saying you should like scrape your fingers against your vinyl or anything. I'm not telling you to do that, but just to be able to like see the actual physical sound etched into this thing that you can physically touch and see, and just I don't know. Like I said, it's just an amazing experience to have something that you can. It's like you can touch sound, almost like you're touching sound, and not the same way as like if you're playing an instrument or singing, but it's just you can physically see the sound etched into this item that you can actually physically touch and see, and in real time see the progress of the music going as it goes more and more into the vinyl and eventually goes in the middle and stops. Because I was talking, I forgot who I was talking to, but I was listening to a vinyl, right? And I got a phone call, and I was like, how do you pause a vinyl? Like, cause like when I first got this, I didn't, it'd been many, many years, over 2 decades since I had a vinyl player. And I was like, there's no pause button. How do I pause this? So I actually had to look it up. And then I was like, oh, just lift the arm up. So you can just lift the arm up and just suspend it there. And when you drop it down, it's just right in the same place you were. And I was like, just seeing it drop down back onto like the same spot. In fact, for some reason, that just like blew my mind for some reason. But it was like I was discovering this whole like crazy, wonderful thing all over again. But that just goes back to like the whole tactile experience of vinyl and just why it's important for physical media, man. I know I just said this before, and like I'm sorry this video was so long or whatever, but that's just why it's really important, man. It's really important. Like I'll include a couple of videos of the vinyls just so you guys can like see what I'm talking about. What made me like really see it like, for the first time in years and years and years. But yeah, physical media, man, it's great. Vinyl's great. It's awesome.